welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you here. If you're new, welcome. Kindly subscribe, like, ring the notification bell so that you can actually get some new content every time I show up. I am so excited to be doing part 4 of 8 of our series, The University and the Gap Year. And listen, the much more excitement is within this, that I'm sharing the tea with you of whether you should study part-time or full-time, disadvantages and advantages. And listen, I'm just going to be pouring the tea to you and you'll decide which flavor you're going to be drinking, the part-time flavor or the full-time flavor. So here we go. Let's start with the part-time tea. I mean, come on. Being a full-time student is a pathway of thousands of students who leave school every single year. However, that is not really feasible because of circumstances. It could be looking after a baby, taking care of your family, financial background. Listen, there could be a lot of reasons why studying full-time is not feasible for everyone. So I've compiled 4 pointers, advantages and disadvantages, which are pros and cons of part-time studying. So let's get into it. Pro number 1 for part-time studying is money. You guessed it right. There's no doubt that one of the biggest factors why people study part-time is because they want more time to actually make more money. So they need more time to work, they need more shifts so that they can make more money. So studying part-time will definitely get you the coaching. That's only if you use your time wisely. All right. So part-time studying means flexibility when it comes to you being able to actually create more streams of income, even if it's just one consistent one, you know. Yeah. So pro number 2 is lifestyle. Come on. Blending part-time studying and employment along with literally like leisure time is a pretty good mix. I mean, you definitely are not gonna get like a workload or a heavy load of coursework as opposed to a full-time student whose life is fully concentrated on studying. So it does give you like a flexibility, you know, to enjoy your time as well. So yeah. Pro number 3 is support. Tutors and lecturers are always familiar with tackling people who are studying part-time. They're always going to be there to support you because they understand the kind of study path that you have taken. So they will be there to support you, to give you
tips. That's all you need in life, tips. So they are going to give you tips on how to actually tackle your coursework as a part-time student. So do not fret that you will be compared to a full-time student or whatever. Nothing like that.
Pro number 4, variety. There is so much and so many different kinds of people actually take part-time studying. So part-time studying is not designated or fabricated or designed for a specific type of people. Come on. Part-time studying is for every single kind of person who actually decides to go and study part-time. So do not fret and think you have to be a certain age to actually study part-time. As soon as you start deciding that I am studying and I'm not doing it full time, you are the right candidate for studying part-time. Nice. Now we're moving on to the cons of actually studying part-time. And number 1 is duration. Time. It's quite obvious. I mean, by the time you start studying part-time, you cannot expect yourself to actually finish at the same time with a full-time student, right? So just be aware that, you know, one of the disadvantages of studying part-time sometimes is time, you know. But if you're really chilled out and you're not rushing to be anywhere for anything in terms of qualifications, studying part-time will be for you. But in a sense of, you know, you have a timeline that you wanted to have your degree in 4 years, then part-time is definitely not your kind of study. So the disadvantage is definitely time. It is going to take longer to obtain the degree than a full-time student. Con number 2, balance. I mean, having to juggle family life, study, work, social life, all those things all at the same time can take its toll. So if you're really bad with time management, part-time studying can be disastrous. So you don't want that. Really be a good time manager so that you can enjoy your part-time study. All right. So really do like it. You need balance, equilibrium, balance. Okay. Number 3, stress. There is academic stress in life. And part-time studying doesn't mean you will survive from academic stress. You will still be expected to finish your assignments on time, to meet your deadlines, to write your exams, and all these things that you're expected to do. They don't even look at the circumstance outside your university. Do you understand? So they don't really care about what happens outside, So your outside life, outside university, does not really matter. You will still be expected to meet deadlines. And sometimes people are not ready for that because you're thinking, no, I can't be late with assignments, or I can't just miss this exam, or no, That is not what part-time studying is for, okay? Con number 4 is availability. So some institutions don't actually offer part-time studies. Sometimes the institution can offer part-time study, but a specific course does not offer that. So really, it's worth the investigation prior selecting what university or which university you want to go for. Okay, so really do your Google duties and check if the course specifically that you want to take at this specific institution offers part-time study. Now moving on to the full-time study pros. Pro number 1 is time. The most obvious benefit of actually studying full-time is that you get to be designated a time period, and when you finish within the time period, that means you get to work a little earlier towards your dream career. So that's going to be so amazing as opposed to your part-time peers. Pro number 2, since you're spending more time on campus, that means you get to build stronger relationships with lecturers and tutors. So that means you get to ask them more questions. You are very flexible with your time with them. So this means your lecturers and tutors are going to get to give you more feedback, tips, and study help when you need it. Stick around. Pro number 3, you get to apply for full-time employment much sooner. Yes, it is very much advised that you actually go start and getting work experience during your studying. But as opposed to someone who actually works part-time and internships and all these things, when you get your degree sooner, that means you get to, start applying for full-time employment much sooner. Great! Pro number 4 is a life of university, right? When you're a full-time student, you get the benefit of literally immersing yourself into the life of university, which is a life of its own. So literally, that is a gem, a treasure, a memoir to keep forever. So yes! Now for the disadvantages of studying full-time. Con number 1 can be time. With full-time studying, you might not get enough time to actually go out there and get yourself a job. Do you understand? Even if you do get a part-time job, but you're gonna work less hours and you just might not be able to actually maintain your lifestyle. Con number 2, if you stay very far from campus and you're a very independent student who is really responsible and you can get your workload on time and all these things, getting to campus physically can really take its toll. It can really be challenging because you're thinking to yourself, I actually can't do the work myself, so why should I be there physically? Con number 3, with full-time studying, you're going to be required to spend more of your time on campus, doing practical work and physically attending classes. That is a non-negotiable. Con number 4, with full-time studying comes a lot of workload. Literally, you're going to have so much work because they're telling themselves that you have all the time. You're a full-time student. Your job is to study and obtain a degree. So you will have a lot of work in terms of assignments, tests, presentations, you name it. You're going to have a lot of work. And too much work for other students can mean too much stress. So just be aware of that. And really, it all boils down to time management so that you don't get overwhelmed at the end of the day. And that's it. There you have it. Pros and cons for studying part-time or studying full-time. I hope this video was very helpful in terms of you deciding whether you want to study part-time or full-time. And remember, don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, ring the notification bell. Listen, I'd really like to hear from you. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video, and if you have more questions,
me, I try my best to answer all of them.
Again and again and again, I will always and forever say thank you for watching. Until the next video, mwah, good luck.